Hello and welcome to The Spare Room. And before I get started, I should explain I've just started a new job with different hours, so I won't be spending as much time as I used to at my beloved nature reserve. I was going to record this downstairs in the living room and call it Disgruntled Danny's Fireside Chats, but we had the house renovated recently and one of the first things we did was rip the fireplace out. And Disgruntled Danny's Chats where the fireplace used to be doesn't have the same ring to it. Now, for the people who seemingly only watch my videos for the hilarity of watching me trip up on potholes, I don't know, maybe once a week I'll throw myself down the stairs to appease you. With that in mind, let's crack on. Gender ideology. The quasi-religion of the well-meaning half-wit. The bunch of people, the men can be women brigade. The people who spout peace and love but openly hate anyone who doesn't go along with their ideology. We know these types, with their blue hair, their septum piercings and poor personal hygiene. We'll begin with a clip of a mother showing her guilt at how she raised her assigned female at birth, they-them offspring.
Maybe this is just a phase. Hope it's a phase. And Quincy says it's not a phase. Okay. Will you think about it? Yes. 3 years later, I am standing in the surgeon's office because Quincy cannot wait until they're 25. They are now 22, and the binders that have been pressing their breasts down are not working. They're starting to hurt, and they're going to get top surgery. And as we're going through the obligatory paperwork, it says, you know that this is elective surgery, right? And Quincy slams the pen down and says, no, it's not, Mom, this is not elective surgery. Just shake these tits off of me. And in that moment, I could feel the imprisonment of my child in the body that I gave them. And I'm thinking, oh, great. And I'm cramming you into a little blue dress, and I'm saying she and her and she and her, and I'm the fucking warden of your prison. And I didn't know it. Quince, we cannot argue with the insurance companies right now. If you want to get this surgery, honey, you got to sign that paperwork. Check the box. So they do.
It's all about her. Do any of us actually believe that that child transitioned of her, its own free will? And even if that is the case, if you refer to your child as a they, them, you are a fucking failure as a parent. Because I guarantee any child who's been raised with morals and values, who's been given a quick slap when they've spoken back, they don't grow up being a they, them. She was the warder of her child's prison, trying to unload her guilt whilst desperately playing the victim. Well done, Mother of the Year. Rather than getting your child help, she's instead taken this young woman to get mutilated, to hack off two of the reasons men actually talk to women. And it sounds like this young woman can't regulate her emotions, which again is probably down to bad parenting. I'm guessing that child, now a young woman, probably just needed therapy. In fact, she probably still does need therapy, because if not, in the near future, there's a very good chance that that mother's going to come home and find her assigned female at birth, they, them, dangling from the light fitting like an unconvincing piñata. So next we'll see what you can get if you play along with gender ideology. Now, of course, there are some people who are transsexual, have genuine gender dysphoria, a really horrible mental disease. But the woman we're about to see, who also is a they, them, we've seen her on my channels before. She's female, but as I say, she uses they, them pronouns. She usually has facial hair because she's injecting testosterone, although for the purpose of this video, she's gone clean shaven. She's also had her breasts removed, and she's talking about the TikTok thing where women are saying they would rather be in the woods alone with a bear than a man.
I don't know who needs this reminder, but apparently a lot of y'all do. I am not a man. I am not assigned male at birth. I am an assigned female at birth, femme, non-binary person. If there is a choice between a man and a bear, I'm the one that gets to choose. Also, so it's not a choice. Stop fucking saying, oh my God, I would totally choose the bear over you just because I'm standing up for liberation. Okay? You don't get to choose between me and the bear. Okay? I get to choose between a man and a bear. And if anything, I am the fucking bear that will tear apart the man who hurts you. Do you understand me? Like, and the fact that men do not understand why we would choose the bear literally just proves everything. Stop treating me like I'm a man. I spent the majority of my life being read and treated as a woman, and I still do. So seriously, stop treating me like a man. Do you understand me? Also, it doesn't even matter what I was assigned at birth, but it does matter how I was socialized as. Honestly, it does matter. And I was socialized as female. Okay? I was socialized as a woman, and I hold all of those traits all the way through. I will never choose the man because I will always choose the fucking bear.
Before I get into that clip, for any ladies watching, for any sensible ladies watching, I'm sure you know that the vast majority of men are not dangerous. Given the choice between walking past me at my beloved nature reserve or a bear, I am the much safer option. If nothing else, I'm a tubby fucker. You can outrun me. Not that you would need to. Because like I say, I think most men are not dangerous. I'm 46 years old. I have never abducted or done anything terrible to any woman. Some of my exes would say my personality is torture, and that's fair enough. But there are many men, myself included, who will intervene if we see something that looks uncomfortable. If there's a woman who doesn't look like she's enjoying the company of a man, or if she's been approached by a man, I'm the type of guy who'll walk over and intervene. I have lost count of how many times I've pretended to be boyfriends, husbands, fathers, uncles, etc. Although where I live, I have to say, it's a multicultural area, and for the most part, women are hassled by men who follow the religion of peace. And that being said, most of them are 4'3" and 6 stone, so they don't know how to react when they're met by an enraged Viking. So, with regards to our rather confused friend, who usually identifies as non-binary, but because she's assigned female at birth, and that's a bullshit phrase, you're assigned your sex at conception, because she's technically female, because she is female, she gets the same choices as every other woman. Women shouldn't see her as a threat. In fact, she's a threat to men. And I do laugh at that. But again, to any women watching, would you feel more comfortable getting into a lift with, say, me, or someone who is clearly fucking deranged? As we will now see.
I don't know what to do. I have no answers. They're kicking me out of my hotel room because I asked them to wear an N95 mask. And they said that if I wanted that, I was at the wrong hotel and I had an hour to leave. I don't know where to go. I'm almost out of money. More scans just keep getting added to the docket. I don't even have one fully functioning arm at this point. Where do I... My mom isn't answering the phone. It's not like we were estranged. I literally... Because she was super abusive, but... And I still want my mom, but I don't know what to do. Where do I go? What do I do? My doctor just called me to do an anxiety.
Clearly, she, they, it is in distress. But they are distressed because they are demanding that workers in the hotel where they are staying wear N95 masks. Now, they aren't the standard COVID masks. They were the masks worn by healthcare professionals at the height of the pandemic. The fucking entitlement coming from it. And her mother isn't returning her calls. Is there any wonder at it? So I've got the list here of what she identifies as. She is a non-binary, gender-fluid, transgender, they-them disabled Muslim who is homeless but lives in hotels, demanding that she is given special treatment whilst forging a career on TikTok where she gets to belittle and berate anyone who doesn't go along with her fucking lunacy. Are we surprised that people's tempers are wearing rather thin? I've got one more clip to go, and it's of someone who's even more delusional. And this is a woman, and of course men and women can both be delusional, particularly if they're incredibly narcissistic. The people who think their value is much higher than it actually is.
How much money does a guy need to earn to date you?
Monthly or like annually?
Per year?
Annually. 500K?
Whoa.
You realize that's like
1%.
that's 1%.
Possible.
That's
Yeah, but what's possible isn't necessarily probable. Do you think? And you have how many kids?
3.
3 from different. Wait, same father. You are a sex worker. You're an escort. I'm not saying that to insult you, but do you think that a guy who makes minimum $500,000 is interested in dating a sex worker escort with 3 children?
No.
I don't earn $500,000 a year. But, and I think I speak for the vast majority of men here, regardless of wealth, I wouldn't describe my ideal woman as a single mother of 3, because I don't want my own kids, I'm not raising some other fuckers, who earns a living as an escort, because an escort is just a posh word for prostitute. Love, your value isn't $500,000 a year. It's the $12.99 a month you charge for your fucking OnlyFans. That's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please do like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as ever, thanks for watching. Hello and welcome to the spare room. And this is the spare room at my house. It's not my daughter's bedroom, as some people often assume, because I don't have a daughter. I have a midlife crisis and an obsession with Jenna Ortega. So where to begin? The thing that I fucks up. Well, switch off your cunt. She's coming across as both the persecuted and the victim. And I'm looking over here because I've got things written down. This is a fuck sight easier. Thus, if you play along with the gender ideology bullshit, it leads you there. We've seen her, they, it before. Usually she has facial... So if you play along with the gender ideology... Oh, fuck it, I'll just start again.